Hello, welcome to Jason the Old Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my parents' basement in the great state of Kansas, and coming back with another review in the Alien Predator series. This time we're talking about the movie Prometheus, which is part of the Alien franchise. Yeah, this came out in 2012, and the big story I think on this when it came out, I remember it coming out, was that Ridley Scott was coming back to direct an Alien movie, which is a big deal because Ridley Scott directed the very first Alien movie back in what, 79 or whatever it came out, 78. Uh, and then that's the only movie he did in the franchise, and then it went to a lot of different directors since then. And now he's coming back, so people are pretty excited. Ridley Scott coming back to the one of his big franchises that he kind of started. Um, yeah, so that was the talk of the time. I kind of remember this movie coming out. I remember the Prometheus. What a weird name for a movie, especially. And I didn't get that it was part of the Alien series, except for I heard movie reviews that yeah, this was like a prequel to the Alien franchise. I'm like, okay, why is it called Prometheus and all this, you know? And of course, I wasn't interested at the time because I was not interested in the Alien franchise. Um, my memory was that people, uh, for the most part, I think liked the movie or something like that, and that, uh, or that maybe it was a little divisive. Maybe some didn't like it, some liked it, something, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it. So I got around to watching this because it's interesting because this is like a new, almost like a its own series. This and then the next one, Alien Covenant, are kind of like basically connected, and then not really connected in the other movies. You know, it's in the canon, I guess, it's a prequel to everything. But you know, you got the first four Alien movies are all kind of connected, its own thing, and then you got the two Alien versus Predator movies that I just talked about recently, or it's its own thing, and now we got this. It definitely has it definitely you can feel it. It's definitely a much different look and feel of the Alien series, I would say, and that's part of Ridley Scott, I suppose, directing, you know, his style and all that. It's definitely a very stylized movie. It's definitely visually like pretty stunning, I suppose. The cinematography is really good. I mean, set designs are really good. Ridley Scott really good at set designs, I have to say. Like, even if I don't like a movie, I go, yeah, it's a good set design. Like he knows how to make a good looking movie. Now, can you make a movie that's interesting and not boring? That's the issue with Ridley Scott. I'm kind of really not a big Ridley Scott fan. I find most of his movies to be pretty boring and slow moving. The only two I really like is Gladiator and The Martian. I think on top of my mind, really good movies. But then he makes movies like Alien, the first movie. I'm not a big fan of, but you got like recently Napoleon. I didn't think was very good. The Last Duel, I think was called, was a really boring movie. Um, and I'm sure I can come up with some other ones in that he's made that's like I don't know. I'm not big on Ridley Scott, though. Like I said, he made two really good movies I really like that I can think of the top of my mind. But this goes kind of along with all those other movies. This is an incredibly boring movie and very slow moving. Everybody walks at such a slow pace, it feels like, and it takes forever for anything to happen. And you're watching going, is anything going to happen in this movie? Um, and it was kind of hard to follow the story. Even I was like, I don't even understand what's going on in the story. And the one I'm gonna say right now, I thought this movie was really terrible. It was a really horrible movie, probably the worst in the series so far. And one of the big problems I think of it is the only series of the Alien movies that doesn't have the word alien in the title. Everything was Alien, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien 4, whatever it was called. Um, and then you got the Alien vs. Predator movies. And then even after this, you got Alien Covenant, Alien Romulus. So usually you have Alien something. This one's just Prometheus. So it's like, it's hard to even talk about it as an alien movie because it doesn't even have the word in it. Prometheus is the name of the ship that they're flying. They fly the ship Prometheus. They're, you know, this guy Pierce plays this very rich individual who uh, is financing this trip, whatever, to this planet. And we find out that he's doing that because they're looking for a specific alien species, I guess, called the Engineers. And here's another thing: the alien movies are all about the xenomorph aliens, and it's really, I mean, at the core, it's about being trapped on a ship or on a planet or somewhere where you're being attacked by xenomorph, at least one xenomorph alien, maybe several xenomorph aliens, and trying to survive. It's a survival kind of movie, kind of like that. This movie does not have a xenomorph alien in it, which, and again, that's what makes it so weak, I think, in the Alien series, is that we don't get a really good a good look at a xenomorph alien. There are other aliens that do attack people and kill people in pretty vicious ways. And we even do have the main character, Naomi Rapace, whatever, who plays the main girl in this one. She does have like a chest burster scene, except they kind of just take it out of her so she survives, kind of thing. So we do have some of that. We do have an alien, I think, at the end that maybe somewhat resembles a xenomorph alien, but it's not quite there. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff like that. The cast, you have Charlize Theron here. I guess Idris Elba is in here. Guy Pearce has a small part. And then there's a lot of cool like character actors. There's a girl from Game of Thrones that I noticed. I was like, oh, I know her from Game of Thrones. There's a guy that's from Mission Impossible, Sean Harris. I'm like, oh, okay, I know that guy. So it's interesting to see some of the character actors here. And then, of course, they go on the planet, and then they start getting killed by different alien species that are on there. It's kind of stupid. One guy's just like, hey, look at this alien species, and reaches out, and then the alien kills him. And it's like, okay, well, what do you think was going to happen? But yeah, so, and here's another problem that I have with the movie is I absolutely hate the plot of this movie. It's kind of offensive to me, to be honest, as a Christian, because the whole plot is that they're finding these engineers, these alien species, who are responsible for creating the human race. So and I think they're going to find, he wants to find these engineers because he's an old man, I guess, that's dying, the Guy Pearce character, and that if they find the engineer, maybe they can find a way for like immortality or something like that, or to cure him or whatever. These engineers would have that power or whatever, I guess. And to me, it's offensive because, of course, I believe that God of the Holy Bible created the universe in 6 days and human life in those 6 days and all that. And so to have a movie that's like, there's no God, it's these engineer aliens that created everything or whatever. It's like, okay, I can't get, I know it's sci-fi, but I can't get on board with that. That's, to me, yeah, just, I hate that kind of premise plot of a movie, and very offensive to me personally. So yeah, a lot of stuff to hate about this movie for me, because I do find the engineers, and the engineers are actually not that nice. They start killing the people that find them. It's like, what was the whole point of this movie? To find these engineers so they can start killing everybody? But yeah, it is just, I'll actually say Michael Fassbender is in here as well. He's probably the best character. He plays an android character who seems a little mysterious, seems a little not trustworthy, which almost all androids are really terrible in this series. Almost not untrustworthy, the androids. But he's definitely the best character, and he comes back again in the next movie even. The only character that does come back. But saying that, it is an incredibly boring, slow-moving movie. It looks good, but I just hate the plot, hate how boring the movie is. It's definitely probably the worst of the series, in my opinion. Anyway, so yeah, that's my thoughts on Prometheus. I don't have much more to say than that. I give it probably like a half star, like the worst score I can give it. I would never want to watch this movie again, personally. Anyways, and so yeah, that's my thoughts. Feel free to comment. What do you think about Prometheus? Did you like it? Was it a good part of the series? If you're a fan of the Aliens franchise, was this a good part of the franchise for you? Some might think so. For me, it was not. So besides that, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for liking it. And thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all and hope you have a good day.